Armenians in Georgia. Georgia is a country in the Caucasus region of Eurasia, situated at the juncture of Eastern Europe and Western Asia. Capital and largest city Tbilisi. Population 2009 estimate 4,260,000. The history of Georgia can be traced back to the ancient kingdoms of Glaucus and Iberia. This article is about a place in ancient Georgia, for the peninsula in southwest Europe. Iberia, also known as Italia, was the name given by the ancient Greeks and Romans to the ancient Georgian kingdom of partly 4th century BC, 5th century AD, corresponding roughly to the eastern and southern parts of the present-day Georgia. In August 2008, Georgia engaged in an armed conflict with Russia and separatist groups from South Ossetia and Abkhazia. In the aftermath of the conflict, Russia recognized the separatist regions of South Ossetia and Abkhazia as independent states, but at present only Nauru, Nicaragua, the de facto independent Republic of Transnistria, and Venezuela have followed suit. On August 28, 2008, the Parliament of Georgia passed a resolution declaring Abkhazia and South Ossetia Russian-occupied territories. Armenians in Georgia are ethnic Armenians living within the country of Georgia. Armenians are the second largest ethnic minority in Georgia at about 5.7% of the population. Armenians left rich architectural imprint in Georgia, and Tbilisi has many architectural pearls constructed by prominent Armenian architects of the last centuries. Pedro's Adampian, Tbilisi State Armenian Drama Theater, was established in 1858 by the great Armenian theater figure George Chimshkian. The first staging was a DJ Isoleman performance. From 1922 through 1936, before building of the new current theater building, the theater's name was Artistic Theater. Georgian Armenian War 1918. Georgian Armenian War was a border war fought in December 1918 between the Democratic Republic of Georgia and the Democratic Republic of Armenia over parts of the disputed provinces of Lori, Javakhtai, and Borchaklo district. Armenians in Soviet Georgia. The government's new language policies are a source of strong resentment, and it is accused of abolishing minorities' former right to use Armenian or Russian and thus limiting access to jobs and education. Armenians in Tbilisi. Controversy over destruction and appropriation of Armenian churches. Armenians in Abkhazia and in Abkhazia. Zelta is a town in southern Georgia's Podmokarta region. The district had a population of 22,000. According to the 2002 census, 55% of its population is Armenian, 22% Greek, 12% Georgian, and 9.5% Azeri. The Armenian Church in Georgia has 15 centuries of ecclesiastical presence, and it had existed as early as the 5th century AD. The majority of the Armenians living in Georgia are Apostolic Orthodox Armenians belonging to the Armenian Apostolic Church and are under the jurisdiction of the Mother See of Holy Agni Agden, Nora and Holy Mother of God Church or Nora and Salvist Baptist in Church. Saint Kirill, Magni Church, Tbilisi. View of old Tbilisi rooftops and the church. View from a narrow street. Another view from a street hill. Closed entrance with cracks along the wall. And close-up of closed entrance. A tombstone inscription in Armenian. Armenian Church Saint Kirill of Magni collapsed in Tbilisi on November 19, 2009. Arkalkalaki.
When the snow melts in Arkalkalaki, it turns the road running through the town's main market into one long, muddy puddle. Russian soldiers in green uniforms wander through the market, alongside locals who almost all speak Armenian. The street signs are written in Armenian too, along with Russian and Georgian, and Armenian dance tunes blare from bootleg music shops. For a moment, it's hard to tell what country you're in. That's because most of the residents here are ethnic Armenians who can't even speak the Republic's official language, Georgian. Some of them, like this schoolteacher named Ofilia Ambartonyan, say they're suffering from an identity crisis. Who are we, she asks. We were educated in Russian schools. We are also ethnic Armenians, but we live in Georgia. It's very difficult, she adds, to understand what our identity is. The Russian soldiers are like peacekeepers. They protect us, says 29-year-old Armen Pogosyan. We don't want a conflict with the Georgians, he adds. Some here complain that the Georgian government in Tbilisi discriminates against the Armenians here.
Armenians in Samtskhe-Javakheti are ethnic Armenians of Georgian nationality living in the Samtskhe-Javakheti region of the Republic of Georgia, which borders the Republic of Armenia to the south and where ethnic Armenians form the great majority of the population with minority Georgians and populations of Pontic Greeks and others. In Georgia, there are also an important segment of Armenian Catholics belonging to the Armenian Catholic Church, notably in Samtskhe-Javakheti, with fewer Armenian Catholics in the rest of the country, including Tbilisi. Capital Tbilisi has 3 strictly Armenian schools. There are also 5 Armenian Russian and Armenian Georgian schools. All of them teach Armenian language and literature in addition to the official curriculum. Famous Armenians in Georgia: Vasily Osipovich Kubikovic, Kosmonatsis, who was a wealthy Armenian mercantile family in Georgia. Alexander Kotaisin was an Armenian politician and a journalist. He served as the mayor of Tiklis, Tbilisi, from 1910 to 1917. Odayans Kachaps Nami, Rabbi, a pen named Captain Melikakovian, Sayatnova, Gabriel Sundukian, Odayans Kimi, Adam Kachurian, Sergei Zarogaitis, Mikhail Tarabudai, Sebastian Shogin, to Grand Petrosian. He spent most of his childhood in Georgia. He learned the game of chess at the age of 8.